Short Term 12, the small indie drama that kickstarted the careers of a couple of extraordinarily talented people. It was directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who is now directing Shang-Chi for Marvel, and it stars Brie Larson, John Gallagher Jr., Lakeith Stanfield, and Rami Malek, who in recent years have all had their careers really shine through, especially Larson and Malek, who both won Oscars. This film tells the story of a temporary home, or rather a facility, for children from broken homes, children taken away from their abusive parents or parents who died, kids that may very broadly be described as troubled and requiring help. The story of the film takes place over a few days in the life of this facility, as viewed from the perspective of Grace and her boyfriend Mason, who are both the staff responsible for, as Grace herself says, creating a safe space for children. But they both have had their own share of problems in the past, as will be revealed over the course of the film. And some of those issues still haunt them to this day, especially Grace, who has to navigate her life between being the most adult person in the room at the facility, but in her personal life, in some ways, still being this scarred child herself, the child that needs her help. So, apparently, the first cut of the film ran for over 2 hours and was quite depressing and dark, and then it was shortened to just below 100 minutes, and cutting away some of the scenes also changed the tone to a lighter one, allowed for some humor to exist amidst the everyday tragedies that we see. And I think that was a terrific decision because tonally, the movie is, I think, close to perfect. It strikes a great balance between those sobering moments showing humanity at their worst and times of laughter, of joy and hope and healing. It's not easy to achieve that balance, I think, but Short Term 12 was able to do so. There were multiple moments where I was shocked or on edge or disturbed by what was going on, uneasy with the events, and yet when the entire film ended, I had a smile on my face. I had that glimmer of hope. Of course, the fact that there were those gripping moments shows that the movie engaged me emotionally, which is great in itself. I think that goes down partly to solid writing and partly to exquisite performances. Everybody in this film is completely believable, and from minute one, I felt like these characters were real people. They genuinely existed. Better yet, I was able to relate to most of them, even though some of their experience, a lot of their experiences, I have never gone through myself. The shining point is, of course, Brie Larson, who I think is terrific at showing vulnerability while at the same time maintaining this facade of the strong person in control of events. Great stuff from her, and admittedly, it's been a while since I've seen Room, for which she got the Oscar, but I'm not sure if this one wasn't the better performance of the two. The rest of the cast is great as well. I want to give a shout out to Lakeith Stanfield in particular, who does so much with so little. It's no surprise that he's been getting bigger and bigger roles in recent years with movies like Get Out, Sorry to Bother You, and more recently Knives Out. He seems to be incredibly talented, and I'm eager to see where his career goes. So overall, Short Term 12 is, I think, an example of cinema at its best. Moving and thought-provoking, at the same time heart-rending and heartwarming, yet managing to strike that tonal balance in such a way that not only does it work and feels real, but it also offers this magical cathartic feeling at the very end. Great stuff.